Hey guys, as part of our series to get corporate ready in 14 days, we're looking at how to unlock your creative genius and be an innovator.
The future is really exciting, but completely unknown to us. Nobody has a clue what the world will look like in 5 years' time, but you really need to be ready for it in order to succeed. It's not easy.
Yeah, when I started my career about 20 years ago, innovation was kind of reserved for the geeks or people that worked at Microsoft. And I would hear phrases at work, things like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, don't rock the boat, don't reinvent the wheel. Or the worst was when you ask questions about why things are done in a particular way, the response was, we've always done it that way.
What?
Are you kidding me?
Well, we've both seen those businesses either change or die. And it's really flipped 180 degrees. Nowadays, if you're the creative thinker, you're no longer the troublemaker. You're actually the problem solver. And there's a lot of problems to be solved.
Okay, well, let's have a look at what's happening in the world today and what you need to do to survive, or actually thrive, in today's and tomorrow's world. So there's 4 things coming together in the world right now that mean you need to be a disruptor. And after we've covered these, we'll tell you how to be more innovative.
We are in a revolution. And remember reading about the Industrial Revolution? It changed the world, and now we're in a bigger revolution. The digital revolution means that there are new and different ways of working coming at us from every single direction.
Also, businesses have gone global, so companies used to compete for local customers. They were masters of their own kind of small territory. But now, businesses can reach literally billions of customers anywhere in the world, and that definitely puts some heat under things in terms of competition.
And also, massive global businesses, they attract massive investors. And those big guys, they want big results. They want growth and profits, and flatline or decline, not good enough. So how do they increase profits? Well, it's things like more market share, reducing costs, new product lines, or they might even buy out competitors. It's overwhelming, right? So what does this really mean to you? Well, you need to be prepared to disrupt things and challenge the status quo.
Also, what we see now is a workforce that's really mobile. We've got bright people from all across the world itching to build success. It feels a bit like a zoo out there, but the good news is, for people like you, that means that the opportunities, well, they're also bigger and they're also better.
Yep. All this adds up to being in a place where you need to have ideas, you need to disrupt and transform, and you need to add value. So let's take a look at how you can do that.
Okay, so being the creative thinker, the problem solver, what does that actually mean?
Well, first of all, being an innovator means being prepared to be wrong.
Oh.
It's actually good to be wrong sometimes.
What?
Yes, that's what I've just said. And good luck with this, because we can't find any education system in the world that is getting people ready for this. Coming up with new ideas means being prepared to be wrong.
Okay, well, if you're a nurse or a doctor or air traffic controller, we don't want you making mistakes.
Okay, that's a good point. But in business, if you're not prepared to make mistakes, then you will never come up with anything original. But in the education system and many companies out there, mistakes are seen as the worst thing that you can do. And a good mantra for me is fail early, fail often, but always fail forward. It's a positive step towards your success.
Personally, I find this really hard, so I would say lighten up on yourself. Don't be like me and beat yourself up on mistakes. And you guys might have noticed that we've started putting our outtakes at the end of our videos. And this is partly about showing it's okay to make mistakes, and that's part of that kind of learning experience. We want to celebrate them. So now we're going to tell you 4 quick ways for you to innovate. So the first one, copy someone else.
Say what? Like stealing somebody else's ideas?
Not quite, more like taking inspiration from stuff that's already been done.
So you mean like creating a new app-based taxi company to compete with Uber?
I mean, that's already been done, and you probably need to have pretty deep pockets to be able to do that. I'm thinking more like looking at something that's working well in one business and then seeing if you can apply it to your business. So Henry Ford, he saw the production line concept at a meatpacking factory, and then he applied that to car manufacturing. Or if you remember the world before contactless payments, they started in the UK here around about 2007. Quick and convenient, right? And then the transport industry kind of saw how that same technology might be able to transform payments for buses and trains. So they copied that same idea for their business.
Yes, I remember how frustrating it was. Well, queuing for the bus and waiting for people that were rummaging through their purses to find the money to pay. And now it's really a quick tap and go.
Yeah, but sometimes it's actually just some smaller changes that make that really big impact. So thinking about Netflix, autoplay at the end of an episode, it really transformed the way that we watch TV today. And it was the start of that kind of binge watching, that binge culture. So small change, big impact.
Do you know that Netflix chief executive said that sleep is their biggest competitor? Scary, right?
That is. But think about what else is Netflix doing that can improve your real estate business or your photography studio. You know, what's Instagram doing that you could apply to your marketing agency? Or think about Amazon and how you could apply some of their practices to improving and developing your own business.
Okay, I think I got it now. So you're copying concepts and ideas that are out there, but really not copying things that are protected or have a copyright.
Exactly.
Secondly, I want to check out people with extreme views, and these people, they're called outliers. Nowadays, we're asked to death for feedback. Whether it's the smiley faces at airport security or the star ratings and surveys for everything. Assuming you've got a solid business, usually that feedback will look like a bell curve. Some people will love it, some people will hate it, but most people they will fall in the middle. They really think it's kind of fine. But I really care much less about those people in the middle. I want to know what it is that makes someone love it or completely hate it.
Okay, so I'm thinking about a bit of an example here. I'm thinking towels and laundry.
Oh.
So a big hotel chain was getting fairly typical feedback for its housekeeping services. Everything seemed to be fine for most of the people. But some of the guests were giving a really low rating. The rooms were pretty spotless, so how could somebody have such an extreme reaction? How could they hate it? So speaking to those outliers, what it was they hated the waste when all their towels were washed and replaced every day. So this led to a solution. The guest now chooses whether their towels are replaced or not each day. Massive impact on the hotel's operating costs, massive benefit to the environment, and the guest experience, well, it stayed the same or improved.
So here the outliers, they led to an innovation that really won all around. And yes, most other hotels in the world, they copied this.
So pay attention to the outliers, and there's a whole book on this by Malcolm Gladwell. It's actually called Outliers, and we've put the details in the description below.
Thirdly, sometimes being different is better than being better. What can you do to minimize or maximize, especially in a crowded market? Airlines are in one of the most competitive industries, and in this case, Ryanair, they minimize price and comfort. And they were immediately different. Love them or hate them, they make a profit. On the other hand, Starbucks, they maximize price and customer experience. So think about it. What's different about your business or your new idea? And for more on this, check out our recommended book, Good to Great, in the description below, or post a question in the comments.
And our final tip is to combine ideas. Take one product or idea, combine it with another, and create something completely new. So for example, take a kind of wind-up clockwork mechanism and a radio. An inventor, Trevor Bayliss, he transformed the availability of information to some of the poorest parts of the world with a radio that doesn't need any batteries in order to work, to operate. Or alternatively, put a smartphone together with a heating system, and Nest, they created the smart thermostat. So think about it, what two things or what things could you combine? What crazy or innovative ideas can you come up with if you were to combine a vet with a holiday company? Or a holiday company with a bank? Or a bank and a TV channel? And a TV channel and a vet?
So that's 4 ideas to innovate. Tell us in the comments below what's worked for you or other examples of innovations that you've seen. We've also put some recommended books in there. So tell us if you got a good recommendation and we'll add it to the list.
And make sure you subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our next videos. These are a quick and simple way to really transform your career. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's have a look at what's happening in the world today. Okay.
I think I did some lazy pronunciation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the
No,
beginning.
sit there. Yeah, ready?
I feel like that's my better side.
Can't sit like that.
Check out our recommendation book. Oh, come on.
The recommended
Yeah,
book.
but you started laughing.
I didn't start laughing.
Okay, I had a bit.